The being pulled over by the police is a generational conversation that my dad had with me and I've had with my children. Just as people of color, we have to have those conversations. I mean, Phoenix alone, Arizona has had a stigma of, criminalization of people of color, with our former, sheriff. And even when dealing with the Latino community, they almost don't want to interact or call the police for domestic violence or sex abuse because they think that the old sheriff's regime is still in place and that they're going to get deported. And so those are conversations the Latino community has to have and the Black community has to have. Like, we all want to go home safe at night. I believe that's the goal between law enforcement and citizens. But it is a conversation that has to be had. It's just a traditional conversation.
Yeah, they're hard conversations to have. I don't like having them, but to prepare them for whatever could come, we do have to have them. I want them to be aware and then make informed decisions based on what they hear and see in the news, based on their parents' experience, their family's experience. So that way they can have a range of things to draw from if they find themselves in a situation to where they're face to face with a cop. My children love hoodies, and I let them know, if a cop is around or whatever, first of all, you speak. You don't ignore them, you speak, use your manners, say hello. Take the hoodie off. Take the hoodie off, get your hands out of your pockets so nothing's looking suspicious or nobody can, think anything. Definitely let them know, like, if they're in the, with their friends. And, they have a lot of mixed friends. And a lot of times they're usually like the one or two only, Black men. And, let them know if your friends are doing something crazy and a cop comes, just prepare that they're going to look at you first. And that's based from experience, that I know that it's just not conjecture, that's experience. They're going to look at you first. Even if they even saw somebody else doing something, they're going to look at you first. So you have to mind your P's and Q's at all times. I tell them, I know it can be frustrating because you're trying to find that balance. I'm trying to raise 3 strong Black men, but then to also be non-imposing, non-threatening, which is kind of hard because my kids are not threatening, and I don't think I am, but I've been treated as such. So just to get them ready, and I don't want them to have a cold heart towards law enforcement, but I do want them to be wary. I want them to be wary as well. Just ultimately that we are all people. Black, white, Mexican, Asian, whatever, we're all people. And it sounds so cliche. The majority of us want to get along. We don't want to have those conflicts, and I don't want to have that fear when I see flashing lights, even if the flashing lights aren't for me. I don't want my kids to tense up if they see a police officer at their school, and then see one of their friends being handcuffed off and wondering, could that be me? These are concerns that even if people don't understand them, at least empathize with them. Like, take race out of it and everything else. Just put your child and someone else who lost a child's shoes and how they lost that child, and then understand what it is.